everybody, and welcome to the Parlay Show presented by Bet99. Rob Conway here, joined by Albert Vartanian. It is Tuesday after a long weekend here in Canada. Pretty exciting weekend of sports as well. We had the NHL conference finals. We already have a wrap-up in one of the conference finals in the NBA, and of course the PGA Championship. A heck of a story with I guess you can say a colleague of mine making the cut.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, technically, yes, he is. But
Bobby, Michael Block, you can be the next Michael Block.
I mean, technically I could, but his career scores are slightly better than mine.
Okay.
But he is legit like a club pro. Like, there are guys that have their cards that are like teaching professionals, but they don't work at a club. Their main income, if you will, is a little bit of teaching and then playing. He is not that. He is a full-time club pro, organizing the tournaments, getting the cards together, doing some lessons, doing the budget. It's amazing to see a guy like that succeed.
He was talking about his schedule, right? He gets into work early. He does the payroll. He does all that stuff, does his first couple lessons, then trains his kids after he's done doing that. And so, I mean, listen, this is a blue-collar type golfer who, man, 15th? T15 at the PGA Championship?
$250,000?
Unbelievable.
Somebody said, somewhere I saw a tweet that he would have to do 2,307 lessons to make what he made over those 4 days.
Does he increase his rate moving forward? He has the ability to do that now, right?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, of course. T15 in the PGA Championship.
Yeah. You know, he doesn't charge much more than I charge for a golf lesson.
Oh, did you see the number?
Yeah.
I didn't see the number. Okay.
It's $125 for an hour.
Is that what it is in lesson, eh?
Yeah. Which is pretty reasonable. Like, if you get a lesson from like David Ledbetter or something like that, Hank Haney, like you're talking $1,000 for a half day, or So he's a very affordable lesson if you want to get one.
Okay, so I took lessons way back, like 15 plus years ago. But what if you want a lesson on the course?
It's really
like a full 18 lesson.
Yeah, it's just a time thing. So, if you're playing 18, it's going to take you 5 hours. You do the hourly rate, plus you got to cover the round. And, it's not...
That's not too bad, actually.
It's not. It's a good way to learn the game part of it. Look, you can hit as many 9 irons in a row at a range off a mat and be like, wow, I'm really hitting it good. But you only get one out there. Plus, you're never in a perfect situation. Flat lie, wind, distance, all this stuff. And also just getting out there with a pro... and asking questions like, when you're in the rough, like, what's going to happen here? What should I do? If there's a tree in the way, how do I work the ball? What's the best play here? And course management, stuff like that.
Course management's huge. That's what I would love. Like, get on the course. That's what me and you, we got to get on there.
Well, we can.
Not only because I want to play golf with you and have a few, bevies, but
sure,
you show me some tricks, man.
Of course.
I
would be glad to do it.
At some point in my life, I want to say I'm a single-digit handicapper. I'm far from it now, but hopefully one day.
It's doable. The thing about... We don't have to talk about golf for 30 minutes, but...
we can talk about lawns instead.
It's doable, but it's exponentially harder to get rid of golf shots as you get closer and closer to par.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, the difference... I was talking like this with my buddy. He said, what do you think you'd shoot at Oak Hill? And I'm like, probably I'd break 90, right? Like, I probably would.
From where?
From where they play.
Really?
Yeah, but I would never shoot below 80. You know what I mean? Like, it just, there would never be enough birdies, enough whatever. But also, it's hard for a golfer, once you kind of get good at chipping and putting and hitting shots, to shoot much worse than 90, 95, even on a really hard golf course. Like, if I didn't even hit driver, I'd probably shoot a better score than if I was trying to shoot 72.
But man, to break 90 at Oak Hill from the pros tips, that's a legit score. Come on. For the average golfer?
Well,
you're not. I know you're not the average.
The average golfer would shoot 120 there.
Bobby, that's a
easily.
great score.
Yeah, well, I appreciate
have to put that to the test some way, somehow. You're going to play there soon.
I am going to play there. A good friend of mine, Matthew Barnaby, from his days of the Buffalo Sabres,
that's going to be a great time.
Knows some members at Oak Hill, and I will get an opportunity to play, but it won't be under the same conditions. We won't be on the tees, and the rough won't be the same, and the greens won't be as fast.
I don't know, vlog it or something.
Yeah.
Bring it on the show.
Yeah, we will.
Teeing
up with Bobby.
Teeing up with Bobby.
All right. Rest of your long weekend was good. You were showing me pictures of your grass.
I was cutting the grass. It was beautiful. Some lawn maintenance. I just stayed at the house. It was a staycation this weekend. Barbecue. It was nice. You?
Same. Had a couple of nice dinners with the in-laws family. My wife's great aunt turned 90.
God.
Her grandmother, 102. Some good genes on my wife's side. No, that's my wife's side. It has nothing to do with me.
It translates some way, somehow.
It crosses over. All right, well, we got a big show. We got lots to talk about. We got the NHL. We got the NBA. We did a little bit of the PGA Championship. Brooks Koepka, I didn't even say won. We only talked about Michael Block and then me.
Kidding. Live player.
Live player. First live player to win. I think it's gotten to a point where the whole hatred thing is gone. We saw Rory go up and give congratulatory to Brooks. I think they need to do a PGA Tour Live Ryder Cup and just get it over with and make $1 billion.
Oh wow,
wouldn't that be fun?
I never even thought about that.
That would be fun. But the problem is the PGA Tour couldn't lose, and so they probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I don't see that happening. But yeah, this Live versus PGA thing, it adds to it for sure. I'm sure. Did you see the end, the trophy presentation? It was a bit awkward there. Between, I think it was the PGA president and Brooks Koepka. But, I mean, it is what it is, dude. I mean, the Live guys came out to play. I thought Bryson was pretty good.
Yeah.
Skinny Bryson looked pretty good. DJ, for the most part, looked pretty decent. So these Live guys, although they're not playing ultra-competitive golf, I will say this. I'm not watching Live Tour every single week.
Yeah.
But with that said, they can still compete at the top level.
Yeah, they can. As long as they continue to get opportunities. I mean, Sergio Garcia wasn't there.
Yeah.
Didn't qualified for the U.S. Open. I saw he shot a pair of 66s. He'll be at the LA Country Club at the U.S. Open. That was his first non-major that he hadn't played in like 24 years or something. Crazy amount.
What I love about Koepka, he was locked in, and he did a post round, round 3, and he was asked about, can you make it count, not like you did at the Masters, I'm paraphrasing, and he's like, yeah, this time that won't happen. And he didn't really reveal his secrets, but he went out there, he just looked so much more locked in than he did at the Masters.
Yeah. And then you see him last night?
Oh, with the Panthers.
The Peas. He kept calling them the Peas. I didn't know people called them the Peas. I'm an NHL guy.
Oh, he called them the Peas. Yeah, he's drinking out of the PGA Championship thing, the trophy with Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, amazing. So let's get into that. Let's dive right into that. We got the Panthers now, stranglehold here against the Carolina Hurricanes, and they're the team I thought would win the Stanley Cup, and the Hurricanes certainly didn't have the Panthers going anywhere. This road that they've gone through, 10 wins in their last 11, lots of one-goal games. Only 2 of those games weren't one-goal games. They just seem to be getting it done. And if it was over 82 games, you'd be like, there's no way this can continue. You can't win that many one-goal hockey games. It's a one-goal league, and you usually split these. And here they are on this fantastic run and 1 win away from the Stanley Cup final.
They're legit. And I'm hearing a lot of Leaf fans coming out of the woodwork saying, well, look, they're getting Bobrovsky. We lost to a good team. No. It's not the same thing. But Bobrovsky, is he putting together, is this an all-time run we have right now? He is unbelievable. Forget the $10 million. This is a 2-time Vezina guy, probably going to the Stanley Cup final. We're talking about a Hall of Fame goaltender. I mean, I don't. The last run I can think of was maybe Giguère, 20 years ago,
with
something
Ducks.
like that. But this might be even better than that.
Yeah. No, he's been unbelievable. And I mean, look, he's got a $10 million contract for a reason. Call him Vezina Bob. He has the ability to do this from time to time, but we haven't seen it. To have this sort of run and to be just so locked in night out, and again, in one-goal games. So you can't have a lapse of judgment at any moment. And he has really been, like you say, locked in every single game. Like the second period last night, I don't think they had a shot in the first 10 minutes. It was a 0-0 hockey game. They were outshot 7 or 8-0 Carolina, and all of a sudden they score a goal. It's 1-0. That's the rest of the that's the end of the game basically. And for him to have kept that alive for that long and then to hold on to it all the way through, it's remarkable.
And credit to the Panthers. Listen, they lost Barkov, who he's on their top line, power play, PK.
Yeah. I
think leading into Game 3, he was leading all Florida Panthers forwards in minutes, and they shut it down. I mean, they bumped up Listerine into that line. They were outshot 5-0, 5-on-5, but locked it down. In the third period, they just locked them down. I will say this, though, hands up, and I feel bad for the Hurricanes. Reinhardt's high stick on Gottsesper at the end, right in front of the lino.
Yeah.
No call. They stopped the play because he went down on the ice, but no penalty. That's a penalty. It has to be.
I was watching it on mute, and I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's a penalty. Because they stopped the play.
100%
If he missed it and they score and it's 2-0, game's
Yeah.
over. But I know they stopped it, but because he went down, head injury, whatever. But how was that not? I don't know. If he was cut, they would have looked at it.
Also, I'm starting to believe that the Panthers are in the Panthers' head because Brindabor after the game was like, listen, we played another great game. We don't have an answer on offense, essentially. They're getting shots on. I mean, they outshot them 61-22 in shot attempts, 32-17. So Carolina's trying to score out there.
Yeah.
They just can't find a way through them.
I
Panthers
mean,
give them no space.
Next game 4, must win for Carolina. This one again in Lauderdale. Minus 105, -1 for the Hurricanes, -120 for the Panthers.
What do you think? They're not coming back.
Coming back?
Yeah.
No.
We talked about this, the Leafs going down 3-0. Only 4 teams have done it. You got to be a really special team to do it. And to break through a goalie that's playing like that right now.
That's the problem. That's the problem. If you lost 3 games in a row, 6-5, maybe you're like, okay, if we can just get an ounce of goaltending, we might win a game.
Yeah.
You can't score. You can't score, and Bobrovsky's not going to play bad 4 straight games.
And I'm feeling it too. I bet Carolina to win the series, like I said on Thursday, and the +1.5. So I'm dying here a little bit. And I had the Stars too. It's not looking good, Bobby.
Yeah. You need a little bit of a Carolina run here.
I need a run from both. Yes.
Minus 120. Do you think Carolina pushes it back to Carolina for one game?
I want to say yes. I want to say that, man, they don't get swept. But based on what I'm seeing from the Panthers, the way that they shut it down, it's not just Bobrovsky. It's the team in front of them. And they can score goals and then lock it up. I really think the Panthers are going to sweep here.
Yeah. I find it hard. I mean, minus 120, a little bit of a favorite. That might change closer to game time. As the money kind of comes in on Carolina, you'd expect that.
In the playoffs right now, dogs are 40 and 35.
Wow.
So if you're betting dogs all playoff long, you're making some serious dough.
You're dead serious, though, because you don't need to have a winning record.
No, exactly.
And you have a winning record.
40 and 35.
Outright. Pretty good. Golden Knights as well.
Yeah.
Another overtime. First time ever that the first two games in both the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference final went to overtime. Kachuk the hero twice. And for them to have tied that game, look, it's at home. Dallas is okay. They're going back to Dallas. It's 2-0. Mm-hmm. But this is a must-win game right now. They're minus 140 right now on the money line. It's a must-win game.
Yeah, I like Dallas at home. I like them a lot. I mean, Dallas, to me, I really believe that Dallas have the better team. Just Vegas, they're just a complete performance, a complete team. I still think that, and I said this on Thursday, if Dallas can somehow chase Adin Hill and make Bruce Cassidy think about what he's going to do with his goaltender, then I believe that Dallas can really be in this. But if you go down 3-0 in the NHL, it's not happening.
No. It's just it's too much. You have to play perfect again for I mean, look, you're like, oh well, the other team's going to win 4 straight games and get swept, but you just have to play too well, too perfectly for too long. It just it doesn't. We've seen it happen. What is it? 3 times, 4 times? 4 times. It's just. Especially the narrative, like you say, with the Florida version of it, the goaltending is too good. It's too good for you to come back and win 4 straight.
He's winning games, every single game for this Panthers team. It's not like, oh, we have a goalie who can steal a game or two. It's a goalie who can steal an entire series.
Yeah.
No one else in the NHL has that right now.
We've seen a lot of over-unders at 6.5 throughout the year. Both of these series now at 5.5 is the over-under.
Oh.
You know, what are you thinking here? We're gonna see a breakout of some goals here?
Well, again, in this conference final, the under is 4-1. So, you know, I tend to always go with the over. I hate betting the under just because I want to watch the game. I want to see some goals. Yeah. But it's starting to really tighten up. And I mean, at this point in this series, when a must-win for the Dallas Stars, I think they'll tighten it up. So I'm going to go with the under probably for the foreseeable future in this playoffs. Anytime the Panthers are in it as well.
Yeah, the under's the worst.
It is. Who wants to bet the under?
Plus, you're watching it on pins and needles the whole time, right? Like, the over's never dead. Then the under, you're watching and you're like, oh my goodness, don't score for 60 straight minutes, right? Hockey minutes, 3 hours.
I don't remember the last time I saw a 1-0 in a playoff game. I don't. Is that the first one in this playoffs this year? I think it's
got to be
1-0 in this NHL.
I know. Bobrovsky's been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable.
Yes.